Anti-Afro Svengalis. Listen, first up, I have to address that NPW, the non-prize wife, is giving me Daryl Brooks' trial flashbacks. The trial's over. He's been sentenced. But she's coming on with this personal pronoun game like he played. The who is you game. Now we're talking about he. Who is he? Are you going to tell us who he is? Let me let you see, for those who aren't aware of the pronoun game that Daryl Brooks tried to play, what NPW is trying to pull off here. Stay tuned and I will return.
My best of my knowledge was that you were either black, Latino,
Who's you?
or mixed.
Who is you? So it would be fair to say you didn't know at the time.
I was positive it was you.
Who is you?
You. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I'm looking at you. You are the guy.
No, I should not be laughing because this is a serious issue. People's lives were lost. But we can't deny humor comes in all varieties, in all circumstances. Now, here is the challenge for NPW. Unlike this witness who had the guts to say exactly what he meant, you have NPW talking about he. And then she pulls the KKC move. I'm not going to address the person who made the statement. I'm going to make comments about AAS and Rev G, thinking that will keep me safe. Well, isn't NPW the one that goes around calling everybody coward? NPW, the non-prize wife, runs around calling people cowards. But what do you make of this statement? Well, I think that NPW needs to get her ass over to the platform where she's accusing the person of doing what? Talking shit about Stephanie KKK Collins. Yes, you heard me. Let's get this straight. NPW has one reason and one reason only, justifying her position with this KKK Collins. That's because she's white. That is the only reason she has anything to say. That's the only reason why she worships this person. We don't worship this person. We find this person despicable. This person has gone about attacking black people, obviously unjustified, race attacking us, calling us animals, questioning our mental health status because we don't agree with what she says. And there are others here in these particular YouTube streets. Liz Lopez calling black people niggers, and that KKK Castle freak that hangs out with this scamming ass kidney dude sending me race attacking messages here on YouTube. So I have all this evidence. Any white person who jumps up and thinks they can talk to black people any kind of way and attacks us is KKK. That's what the Ku Klux Klan does. Unjustified attacks on black people. And guess where it starts first? It starts first with the hateful rhetoric. It doesn't make any difference that this Collins, who was an attorney, by the way, and I'll get to that in a second, is sitting up under underbelly black folks who don't have respect for themselves, who are rife to have somebody rule over them. And this is how they engage with this KKK Collins person and this Liz Lopez and that Castle, KKK Castle female, who sitting next to a so-called husband calling me a cracker, so desperate for me to cam up. I don't cam up for freaks. I don't cam up the people who are threatening to rape and murder me. You're an idiot. Let me say this about this Collins character. Had she been engaging in the behavior that we are seeing her engaging in on YouTube over the last, what has been a couple of years anyway, had she applied to be an attorney or submitted her documents to the character fitness background division, she would not have been certified to become an attorney. If they saw all this shit going on that she's doing, harassing crime victims, associating with the underbelly who engage in these protected class attacks. Let me just say this, just because someone is a member of a protected group, they don't get special privileges to attack other members of protected groups based on their status issues. And that is what she does. She runs up here, claims to be LGBTQ+, but she hangs out with those who ridicule and engage in this raging homophobia hangs out with the person, the copyright defrauder, who Gerald had to report, filed a complaint with the Los Angeles Community College District after he underwent 2 years of sexual harassment by the copyright defrauder. And this Collins character didn't once tell him to stop, was right there. And this is the ethics are shot to hell. A defense attorney engaging in this conduct, supporting this person, laughing with this person. This is a person, let me take you back down memory lane, was sitting up in the Smokes chat, talking to that kidney defrauder, the kidney donor defrauder, about whether or not I'm black. And then he starts making sexual references. Did she say, no, you shouldn't do that? No, this person hangs out with these people. This is where she wants to be, because we know people of quality, stature, aren't going to tolerate this bullshit. So she goes straight for the underbelly because she wants to feel powerful, wants to rule over people who are all too willing to allow her to do it. We're not part of that group. So here's the message to that NPW. Go to the he and take care of business. I'm sure we'll know about it because she runs around here jumping up on men's panels, all men on the panel. She'll run up there and try to order and boss men around, treating them like they got to tell. Well, we know it was none of those dudes up there because she didn't confront them about it. So there's another man out there. Who's he? We're not going to fill in the blanks for NPW. We want NPW to get up on the platform of the he and step to the he. Just like she went up on the platform talking to those brothers like they had tails between their legs. I mean, it's so gross the way she acts. I'm coming up here. That's how she talks. It's not alluring. It sounds so ratchet and ghetto. It's not, it's just, who thinks that is endearing? What is it that we're supposed to be so enamored with within the context of what her dad taught her? Did her dad teach her to jump up in the middle of men's conversations and just barrel in there and start, I'm coming up here, I got a bone to pick with you? And it's not even about anything. It's not like what we would be expecting with the he that she's supposed to be stepping to, because she's got such a problem with what he said that she expects me and Gerald to deal with it. She just barrels into places where she is not appropriate to be, trying to force herself into situations that she doesn't fit. She's so phony. It sounds so contrived and definitely unladylike. There is nothing about this person that is ladylike. I'm sitting pretty. Is that ladylike? I don't think that's ladylike. That sounds very, I'm going to force you to accept me. She don't give anyone a chance to even experience just who she is. She's always trying to tell you how you should be thinking about her, how you should see her, how you should view her, versus letting people just sit back and just see for themselves. She won't give you that chance. She'll jump up in your face just like she does on those panels, trying to force herself into situations and always making a fool out of herself. And then when someone says anything, she runs off and starts posting messages. Who the hell I don't give a shit. I definitely don't give a crap what she posts about me, because I can post 5 times the effect. She's not going to have an effect on me. She has to go and try to tell brothers to put lies up on board about me. She convinced Dempsey to do that. A lot of good that did. Dempsey, the Medicare defrauder, is the one in trouble. I'm not in trouble. Never have been in trouble. The Medicare defrauder is in trouble, and he came up with this crap just to try to appease her. It didn't work. He came up and spread those lies about me and Gerald. It's not helping. She don't feel any better about it because she's still running around doing the same shit she's always done. Listen, people, I'm not going to spend much time on Garfield, but this is perhaps one of the most insulting screenshots I have seen. And let me also add to that, all the vulgarity that she spews. This is even more insulting than what she says. Now, as far as me personally, nothing she says about me affects me at all. Obviously, this person learned by example early on that leveling insults and vulgarity, lying on people, degrading people gave her some sense of relief because she saw the reaction others had. But in order to keep up feeling satisfied means you got to talk about people like they're dogs, essentially 24/7 to keep getting relief. Is there really relief? I don't think I need to even ponder the answer to that question. People who feel good about themselves don't spend this amount of time initiating attacks on other people. So this makes the particular screenshot all the more insulting. This is what Garfield is known for. And the nerve to get up here to try to convince anybody that she gives a damn about all these Black professionals and family men, then characterizes people as evil. You're talking about yourself. What could be more evil than making up, lying on, and leveling criminal accusations against people? You talk about evil, that is evil. And then she wants us to think she gives a damn about Black men. She doesn't care about anyone, not even herself, because if she did, she wouldn't be acting the way that she is. Up here on a public stage, going glory on Murray, taking off work to stay home and bash Black folks. That's how great she feels about herself. And then wants people to think that she gives a damn about Black men. Black men don't need your support. You despise them. You've already made that very clear. And then comes on and tries to convince the world she loves Black men. No one is stupid. Shove your degrees where the sun doesn't shine because they're worthless in our eyes. Someone that has to come on constantly reminding people about their degrees, about their education, very clearly knows what they're saying. Independent of that, no one gives a damn. Force my degree, force my education upon you, so therefore you will listen to what I say, you will believe what I say. The average person isn't that simple-minded. They're always going to override based on what you're presenting to the masses. And we see what she presents to the masses. And I want to make sure it's clear. We don't care what anybody says. If you cross the line with us, we're going to report you. That's just the bottom line. See, these individuals went about doing this for how many years? Felt so comfortable attacking other Black people, initiating attacks on Black people. Again, we are in response. If you think I am stupid enough to get up here and waste my time to even considering responding to this person who very clearly is living a life of literal misery, you can't be happy spending your time coming up with all these insults about people. You only bury yourself, which is the same thing I said about that CB filing that lawsuit with all those lies in it and told all those lies before the lawsuit was filed. This is the same situation. The people have already said what they said. You can't take it back. It's out there. And they're not getting replication. So what do? They keep escalating. Again, you're only burying yourself. I never have, and I never will give a damn about what this person has to say about me. You can go ahead and continue wasting your breath. I have a much more productive goal where this individual is concerned. I mean, it's got to be beyond frustrating. She wanted to get with Photon. Photon don't want nothing to do with her. She tried it, put her sights on Triggs. That didn't work. The same approach used with everyone ends up with the same results: failure. But it's the black man's problem. But now I'm going to defend the black man. What black man? The black man that's been harassing Gerald for 2 damn years. Gerald finally turned his ass in, as he should have turned him in. Oh, ruining black families and ruining black professionals. NPW has been leveling sexually harassing insults for how long against me, Gerald, and other people? Listen, these people ruin their own situations. No way in hell is anybody ever going to guilt me or anybody I'm associated with for handling business. You are not going to be able to say what you want to say about us and have no consequences. Again, the consequences aren't because of me. The consequences are because they're violating their code of conduct as a public servant. I don't give a shit what you think or say about me. That's the part they don't get. I'm going to just keep leveling insults, right? Keep leveling the insults and keep violating your code of conduct. You will have to be answering to the white man who you think is so precious and who you worship only because he or she is white. And it's proven by the way you run around with these white folks in the sector who don't give a damn about black folks other than trying to rule over you, and you allow them. That is your business. That is to your detriment. We are not on that plan. If you cross the line with us, we get to handle the business how we feel business should be handled. And by the way, the we is any decent, respectable person. It's not limited to me, to Gerald, to anti-fraud warriors, to friends, supporters. No decent person is going to allow you to cross the line. They're just used to doing this to other black people who let them do it. We are not going to let you do it. Makes no difference what any of these people have to say about how we get information. We don't have to explain anything. We're not going to be shamed or coerced out of evidence gathering. Neither should anyone else be shamed out of content gathering, out of screenshot gathering, out of giving an opinion gathering. And if somebody wants to run a freaking 10-hour live stream or 7-hour live stream on breaking the culture of silence and NPW disagreement, they can do that. People, you know there's always much more to come. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer, beware.